All right, here we go. Today we're continuing Spurimisis, the master of prayer. We're still dealing with different sects that are there, and each one is talking about what is the purpose of this world. So here we go. So last time we spoke about wisdom, and today, so one group said that the main purpose is to provide oneself with food and drink, which is called pilavin in Yiddish, in order to enlarge his limbs. And they sought a master of limb, has large limbs, and provides for himself to enlarge his limbs, as mentioned. Because since he has large limbs, he has a large portion in this world. Since he's taking up more space in the world. So he's closer to the ultimate purpose. Because this is the purpose. For one, to enlarge one's limbs. Therefore, such a person should be king. And they went and they found a tall man, which they called Vienger. Actually, it means a linger. And he pleased them because he had such long limbs, was close to the purpose. They accepted him as king. And they saw a land conducive for this. And they went and they settled there. Over here, when we're talking about people with large, powerful limbs, it is easier to discern the sheker, the lie, than it is to understand the source of this in Kedusha. I mean, this entire world, the people that are strong and they look good and they're big and healthy, the strongest man on earth, Mr. Universe. And then you have a 7-footer playing basketball, a guy that can hit a ball with a stick very well, and or kick a ball with his legs, or all this thing. All this is the shtus of this world. In Kedusha, we also found that there is actually, in Kedusha, there is, you see, Moshe Rabbeinu was 10 amas tall. Sanhedrin had to be tall. Shalom Melech, when he was anointed over Israel, it said that he was head and shoulders above everybody. It says, "En hashchina shero ela odom shu chacham gibor ve'osher." He's wise, he's strong, and he's wealthy. There is Ashiras de Kedusha. In fact, Ashiras de Kedusha represents the totality of all the Sfirot, which is called the heavenly hues, the heavenly colors. Chochmah, obviously. But even physically, we see the Chochmah Israel were big and strong. Yaakov Avinu said that his hands were like pillars of marble. So Moshe Rabbeinu, his body was, and his neck became like a pillar of marble, and Paro wasn't able to decapitate him. But the whole idea is that the actual aggrandizement, as it were, of the different limbs and organs of a person is when you enlarge it and strengthen it for Kedusha. Guarding a person's eyes, for a person to guide his eyes. That means that he has powerful eyes. Because when a person is guarding his eyes, afterwards, his eyes become like supernatural eyes. What does it mean? It means that when he sees the truth. And if is even greater than that, merely by looking at something, he is influencing it. As it is said, Rabbeinu said in Sefer Amidos, that a woman that has menstrual problems, that it's difficult for her to find a time where she is pure, for a husband. There's a sgula for her is to drink wine, red wine, that the true tzaddik looked at it. The union of the eyes is the union of the thoughts and the mind. The 7 thoughts that pass through the mind. The seven you say it, the different parts of the eye. There are 7 different parts of the eye. They say about Rabbeinu, one of the things that they say, I don't remember the third one, but the 2 things about Rabbeinu that people said, people that knew him personally, they saw him. One thing is, they said that Rabbeinu, if a fly or something landed on him, Rabbeinu would never blow it away. Never, like, wherever he is, the way things are is exactly the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants them to be. And the second thing that people, that saw Rabbeinu said about him, that if Rabbeinu looked at someone, even if he looked at you from the back, people would feel it. Would feel that he's looking at them, and they would turn and they will look at the back. Because this is the strengthening of the eyes for Hashem Yisbarach. The same thing is with the mouth, with the nose, with the ears, with every single organ. We make it strong, to make it healthy, serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with it. It's the complete opposite of that which the nations of the world that have just this world, that's what they have. For them, it's all gashmias, it's all physicality. For a Jew who serves the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the physical is spiritual. The Maharal of Prague was extremely tall. Even when you're talking about even by the Goyim, like for instance, like in America's greatest presidents, Washington and Lincoln and FDR, were all oversized men. They were very tall, very big. There's an Indian. I mean, I'm not talking about, a weightlifter. It's just the Indian is to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself in a way that, to do it b'kedusha, to serve a Kadosh Baruch Hu with it. As we said before, Yaakov Avinu, Shaul was head and shoulders. And Rabbeinu says a few G'dolei Yisrael that they were so tall, so big. In Kedusha, it's a great thing. As Chazal said, Masechah Shabbos, the Shechina only resides on Chacham Giving the Osher. The main thing is to grow your organs and your limbs, Kedusha, as we said, to sanctify your eyes and the ears, to sanctify the hands and the legs of doing mitzvahs, and to sanctify all the feelings that a person had for Hashem Yisbarach. Because when a person does that, a person connects all the universes, all the elements to Hashem Yisbarach. Because, as Rabbeinu said, in each and every limb and sinew of a person, there are countless supernal universes that depend on it. You can only see the physical part of it. There are certain peoples called Bali Yadin, masters of hands, Bali Shokin, the master of thighs, Mara Einin, the master of eyes. Tikkun Zohar speaks about it. This is B'Kedusha, but these people, they switched everything, this tachlis, for themselves. They want, big people, strong people. That for them is the tachlis of everything. With this, we sort of like wrap up, wrap up the different sects which have strayed away from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We spoke about honor. We spoke about anger. We spoke about lust. We spoke about speech. We spoke about wisdom. And now we spoke about strength. All these are the things that people mistake. And they take them, and they all have a source in holiness. And people twist it and use it for Elam Hazard. You know, a friend of mine, Moshe Yid, this past Rosh Hashanah, he went with his father. His father is an elderly gentleman. I think he's close to 80 more. And they decided, people went, they flew to Romania, they flew to, then they went to Moldova, they went to whatever the different places from which they traveled to Ukraine. They decided they're going, just the two of them. They decided they will go by themselves. They went through Italy. And things somehow went haywire. They lost whatever the reservation of where the hotel was. And they were in Venice. Actually, they were in Venice. And they had to sleep on the floor in a train station. Then early in the morning, they went around to find a minion. Like around dawn, pre-dawn, they went to find a minion. And he said that they passed by like a confectioner store, a baker. But a patisserie, somebody who was like an art filled whatever. And they saw that the baker was standing there before dawn, and he was making these artful baked goods, different kind of buns and croissants and whatever it is, each one special. And my friend said, I've never realized the difference between us and them as much as I realized it that particular morning. We are both up before dawn. I am up to look for a minion. And they're up in order to bake delectable baked goods. He says, I fully realize we don't belong in this world. Yeah, we are in this world because we're supposed to serve Kadosh Baruch Hu. And we need this world for that. We need cover to serve Kadosh Baruch Hu with it. We need wisdom. We need, to have a snoshim, otherwise you have children. We need speech. We need gvura. And we need strength. Even anger. These are all these things that we need in order, to subjugate them. The Hashem is Baruch. That's what they exist for. But the Goyim is exactly the opposite. But in order to actually arrive at the point where you can use all these traits to serve Kodesh Baruch Hu, you first have to, to traverse these traits betuma. Taivas covet and then subjugate it. The chokhmah and then subjugate it. The taiva and subjugate it. Anger and subjugate it. There's no way that you can jump into the kedusha in one fell swoop. You have to go through those mistaken notions and from there flip it over to the Kedusha. Rabbeinu does not mention in this story the mistaken perceptions of all these different sects in order to sneer and say, look at them, how wrong they are. I mean, who is a jolly good fellow? I mean, it's us. That was not the purpose. The purpose is to tell us that we need to go through, this union of being amazed by the wisdom of the sciences in which they make an MRI. Do you know the kind of chokhmah that needs to go into making an MRI? It's amazing stuff. Quantum physics and all kinds of things, everything being put together. Thinking about a machine like that. So you have a spylus. Wow. Spylus from beauty, from music, poetry, literature. Everything, you have to go through all these false excitements in order to arrive to a proper subjugation of each and every one of these misnotions, these traits, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, B'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us that when we feel anger, not to act on it. When we suddenly we see a woman, whatever it is, veer away. We're impressed by an athlete, look away from that. We're impressed by the way somebody talks or sings or whatever it is, remember the Kedusha, subjugate it, get it and put it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Give it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabbeinu speaks about yira, when a person feels fear from somebody, that he should, subjugate and to remember the yira of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That ultimately nothing has the koyach to hurt a person unless, it was decreed mishamayim, obviously. So the first thing is that we should not beat ourselves up when we find ourselves impressed, with the notions of those sects. Honor, chokhmah, speech, whatever. Heroes, whatever. We have to go through these mistaken notions. It's not about them, it's about us. We're supposed to go, the most natural thing for us is to go through the mistaken notions, each one of those sects, in order to subjugate them to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the lesson that we need to know is, the thing in itself is pathetic, but it's natural for us to go through it and feel it, because that's the road to the Kedusha. B'ezrat Hashem, next week, we will speak about the last sect, which has actually figured out what is the main thing. And B'ezrat Hashem will continue the story. So B'ezrat Hashem, the schus of this tremendous story, today, this Monday, was the day that Haman, had his defeat. The Gzgula, Mordechai, and Esther, Mapalos, B'ezrat Hashem will see in the defeat of Haman and Molech. B'ezrat Hashem will see Gula Shlema, B'ezrat Hashem soon in our days. Kol Tuv, and a great evening, B'ezrat Hashem. We will meet again tomorrow. Be Matzliach with everything you do. Kol Tov.